Morning world, welcome to Wednesday 6th of December, and it's not raining. Shh. In actual fact, as far as days go, actually pretty nice today. It's wet. I mean, everywhere is wet. Still can't travel out on the fields, can't go out anywhere with a tractor. We're kind of stuck with jobs in and around the yard. Although in saying that, it might look a bit patchy in there because the wood chip on the bottom is quite dark. That's still clean enough. We only did that yesterday, and we did this yesterday. So we know the cattle are all content, aren't you? Yeah. So, might have a crack at the New Holland later on. Basically what we've got to do, I've got to look at shifting a load of this, and I'm thinking of using the New Holland with that, with our bale spike, because our bale spike should fit it, and literally start thinking about making space in here to bring our young stock home. To do that, we are going to be moving the Zago out of the shed. I've contacted Atwells up at Whitminster. We will probably be going there after lunch to buy a couple of sheets, so I can literally take this out of here and put straw in there. So it's going to be another bag of silage wrap, I would imagine, or another little silage wrap we'll put on the floor to keep the damp off, and then we'll stack straw in there. We might have to have a little bit of a tidy up in that area as well. I wonder if the dumper will start. I wonder. It might. And again, might not. As you can see, it hasn't been started for well, a while. It's usually pretty good. Any ignition? Oh, we've got some ignition. Let's see. Always amazes me, this thing. Right, okay. I'm going to let this run for a bit. I need to find a log or something just to hold the throttle down, because if I go back on tick over, he'll probably stop charging. Oh no, he's still charging. Okay. Yeah. Right, so we know we can move this. We will actually find a bit of weight just to hold that down a little bit. So the dumper can come out or be moved or moved over. But yeah, on top of shifting the straw bales in here, it might be a case of the dumper. If I move those last couple of bales out of there, the dumper may well go in there, along with my digger. Dave's digger can probably stay in the corner for it, so we can make a lot more space in here by putting digger and dumper in there. So I still. People said to me, why aren't you using the dumper? Well, there's a good reason why we're not using the dumper, and I will just remind you, it is because of this. It is basically knackered, and I need to get a new one. Our engineer was going to come and do that, because he knows where to get the replacement for that. But he's forgotten, so we might have to do it ourselves. You still charging? Flickering, right, put a bit of weight on there. Too much. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Still getting the odd flicker, so I think the alternator, dynamo, whatever it is on this thing, it's probably seen better days. Oh, that's where it went. I was looking for that. Right, well, we'll leave that running for 10 minutes. I've got to go back up the house. Got a War Council meeting this morning with architects and other interested parties. Reference our campsite planning application. So I think there's 85 comments on our planning application for the campsite, and it's about 50-50. I mean, a lot of you folks support me, thank you very much indeed, but a lot of folks also haven't. There's a lot of folks around here. Actually, some of the objections, we've had a jolly good laugh about some of the objections, because some of them really didn't think about what they were saying. A couple of them have shot themselves in the foot. I'm not going to say too much, but yeah, I mean, so our application for the campsite is still in the balance. We might get it, we might not get it. They want us now to do ecology and what is that? So the ecologist wants us to do a study on the great crested newts, because apparently in that field at the back where we want to put the campsite, where I've been cutting the grass about an inch high for the last 2-3 years, there might be newts in there. So we've got to do a study for newts. We've got to do a study for traffic going out of my drive. So it's just boxes we got to tick. It's a box ticking exercise, and I kind of get it. I understand why they want this information, and we can provide it. And I'm fairly sure that anybody with an ounce of common sense will look at the application as to actually what we want to do and go, it's not going to affect anybody, nobody. There's objections that people saying, oh, it's going to spoil their view, it's going to create light pollution, it's going to create noise pollution and litter and stuff like that. And to be honest, I don't think any of them, everybody and anybody who has objected, I don't think one of them will be affected at all. So while I've been thinking about it, I thought, actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. I won't put the dumper down the bottom shed. I'm going to put it in here, next to the ransoms. So one of the reasons for that is, although there is a power supply down there, what's that? Combi overflow for sinks. Okay. Might need that. I've actually decided more efficient, I think, to put the dumper in here. So we'll go and fetch that and put it in here, and then it's right out of the way. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember what's in front of it and what I've got to move before I can move a dumper. Have I got a shift? Have I got a shift for Doosan as well? You know what? I honestly can't remember. Soon find out. Right, I got to move that. Yeah. Well, I need that to move that, unless I use that. I knew the architects would turn up any minute, probably as soon as I start this. He's only gone and done it. I think actually that can stay in there for a minute. So we don't want to rev. And perhaps he won't let me rev until we get to some temperature. Everything else works. Something's locked up. Right, we'll come back to this later anyway, so. Made a bit of a mess there. Right. Sort this out. Don't forget where I put that. Right, just to remember which side the battery's on this, if I need to get to it. I think, yeah, I think it's under there. So I'll reverse it in, because it's easy to get to the battery for the charger. Definitely not this side. Loads of room. We cut back another ½ inch. I think the alternator's had it. Right, that's the dumper sorted out. Well, put away somewhere out the way. If I'm moving the Zago, I need my case, so that's got to come off. Question is where am I going to put it? And where am I going to put the Zago? That's a big lump of metal and it's got to go somewhere. So I think that can probably go in there, but the Zago, not in this yard, out the back somewhere. That heat button stays on for a fraction of a second, and I don't know if it's doing anything or not, so I'm just going to wait another 10 seconds and then start her up. It's not as cold as it was last time, but that did seem to start better. But give her a moment, clear her pipes, and then we'll chuck that outside. I'll be wary just in case I have to get to the snow plough. Oh, maybe I'll put it other side of that trailer. If I need the snow plough, it's probably going to be at fairly short notice. So yeah, let's put you this side. All right, unplug everything. There we go. We are off. Okay, so that's off. We'll come back down a bit when I got overalls on or other protective clothing, not dressed like this. Get in there with a shovel and then clear a space for the drain. I might also just use the skid steer to do the same as I did last time. Just lift the drawbar up a bit to tilt him back, just so it doesn't hold water. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to use it again. Might be next year. So yeah, we'll see. We'll probably have it on again before Christmas. If I'm not going to use it, I need to clean some more of that out. And then the idea is when I go to Atwell's, I'm going to see if I can justify 2 sheets, one for the Zago, one for that. If I can get that cleaned out, put the sheet over the top, keep the water out of it, it can stay outside. So yeah, I mean, it was a cheap spread. I think I'd give 1,200 quid for it, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't look after it. You know, there's no reason why that can't last me another 5 or 6 years, or maybe even longer. Don't give it that much work. All right, so 10:30. Ken will be here any time now, so I'm not going to do any more. Got that out the way. I will get to play with that sooner or later, but I did promise not to cover it in that stuff, and there's not many jobs for the skid steer that don't involve getting quite intimate with that stuff. So yeah, I reckon I can get a lot of our straw in here just like it is, but you can see where the damp's coming up through, so we'll be pulling all that out of there. I've got another bag around the back as well, and we'll layer a lot of this on the floor and we'll put the straw on top of that, just try and keep some of the damp out of it. So I might even light it on top of you as well. Okay, so yeah, Zago sunk a little bit, but that was to be expected. Nowhere near as much as it was before, but it was just on the clay. It was disappearing in that. And this side, yeah, he's got an inch or so. But, right, end of the day, if all goes to plan, straw in there. Right, we're off to Atwell's in a minute to sort out these tarpaulins for the machines, but I can't actually remember what measurements I took for the Zago yet last night. I know roughly what it was, but I don't want to order something too small or too big, so we'll go and pace it out again. So anyway, just had a meeting with our architect and advisors with reference to our campsite proposal, and what we've decided for the time being is a tactical withdrawal. So that doesn't mean we're giving up, not by any means, but there are some things that the planning application needs that we didn't put in the original one, that some folks quite rightly sort of piped up and said, well, you've got to have this or you've got to have that, and the planning officer said, well, actually you do, because it's law. So we've got to look into the things that we need. There's only really two areas that can slow us down or really stop us. Most of the argument that has been put against is actually, it's not even an argument. There is no argument. They've put together objections that don't actually count. Although they think they do, they don't actually count. So we've got to do a little bit more investigation. I've got some more information for our planning friends and everything else that they didn't have before, which will clarify a lot of the questions. And I think if we really decide to go for this, which we will, probably next year again now, nothing's going to happen this side of Christmas or the New Year. So next year we will reapply. So all of you objectors, be ready, it's coming, and we'll have our ducks in a row. So we'll have this sorted out. Anyway, so I'm going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meters by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you got caught up on that. So I reckon that's going to be 6 by 10, I think. Sort that out. So that's going to be 150 quid sheet, I reckon. Ish. We'll find out when we get there. That's providing they've got one. Right, so we've arrived in Whitminster. Just getting into the village. As we're going out of the village on the sort of northeast side, we come across Atwells, and that's where we're going. Right, okay, so we're not going to the tent bit. So all your camping stuff is in there. We're going down the side. We're going down the back passage. So the bit we're looking for is manufacturing, industrial bits in there. No one's in the shop, so I've had to ring the buzzer. Afternoon, I had to check then if it was actually morning or afternoon, but it is afternoon.
Oh, I've already done that.
Yeah. I'm after a tarpaulin.
Oh, it's okay.
I rang in yesterday, they said to sort of come in and tell you what, 6 metre by 10 metre-ish.
My husband follows your blog.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, poor man.
It's like, I thought I recognised the voice there because I'm listening to it at home.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. So
So do you want a selfie to show Bob?
I was going to say, should we get one, shall we?
To wind him up?
well, that was a bit of experience. So hello to the folks in Atwells. The very nice lady who came out of the office behind, she goes, I recognised your voice. I thought it was you. My husband watches you. Followed with, can I have a selfie? Because that would really irritate him that I met you and he didn't. So to the lady's husband, hello mate. So and also the nice gentleman who served me, yeah, I had a picture with him as well. So yeah, I don't mind. People come up to me quite often and say, can I have a picture? I really don't know why. Probably because I'm usually the uglier half of the picture, makes them look good. That would explain it. But yeah. Anyway, so picked up our sheet, 10 metre by 6 metre PVC, I think he said it was PVC. He gave me a choice of PVC or something else, and I said, whichever is stronger. And he goes, this one, which I think was PVC. So he said, the bad news is it's not very cheap. So it is, I think it was 320 quid or something for the sheet, but I wanted something that was strong enough, tough enough to do the job, so that's what we went with. I could have bought a cheaper one for half the money. Would it have lasted half as long? I looked at different types of material and I say no. I think I made the right choice. So anyway, the only downside is he gave me a choice, do I want green or blue, and then he came back out and said, actually we've only got blue, so that's what we're having. The Zago's having a blue sheet over the top to keep it dry. Zago won't care. Neighbours might, because blue's going to stand out more than the green one would have done, but such is. I tried. Anyway, so sheet purchased, self is done, midday, time to go home. So, although I think I might have to go back via garage. I got soft tyre warning come up again. Yeah, maybe I'll nip up the garage first and just get that tyre checked. Yeah, while it's up. Right, I just called me tyre people, Wotton Tyres, and they can't fit me until 2:30. So what we'll do, we'll go home, have our lunch, and then we will get tyre repaired. It's going to be 3 o'clock. I'm not going to get much done today, am I? Right in the middle of the afternoon. There's not much, nothing I can do about it. If the lads get back early enough, that sheet weighs 32 kilos. So it's manageable, but it's blimmin' heavy. So I think I'll wait till later to put the sheet on the Zago. I'm not going to put the Zago outside until I've got the sheet on and strapped down tight. Yeah, lads should be back about 3 o'clock, so maybe I can do that then. Might not be moving straw till tomorrow, so it might mean another delay, another day when I'm not getting on that New Holland. Marlon's going to bring it, come back and fetch it next week, and he's going to go, well, you haven't done anything. And I go, well, I haven't had the blinking chance. So I don't want to get it covered in cow poo. So I can only really do jobs that are not going to cover it in cow poo. So, and even with moving the straw, I'm kind of a bit twitchy about that with the New Holland, because the New Holland's got brand new tyres. And to move those bales out of the barn means I have to scuff round in the passageway. And if I'm perfectly honest, my skid steer with bold tyres would do a lot less damage to the stone floor than the New Holland with brand new ones. So, yeah, I might just end up storing that New Holland for a couple of weeks and never getting any work done with it. Right, well, I gotta get this puncture repaired. I've already pumped the tyre up twice. It's down again now, so once the tyre pressure warning light comes on, that means that tyre's probably under 20 psi. It's not doing it any good. Keep driving on a soft tyre. I'm just gonna wear the edges. So yeah, and there are new tyres, so I need to get it done. So, but yeah, if I go up at 2:30, they'll do it while I wait. If I take it up now, I've got to walk home and then walk back later on, and just I'll time it around so they'll do it when I wait. Just makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Go on, here you go, hook roll. Right, it is, well, to come at 2:15. I've got to go up to Wotton Tyres and get that puncture fixed, but the tree guys are back. So I've just given him that blue sheet out of the back of my van, so I'm going to leave them to go on and put the sheet on the Zago. And then when I get back, we can pull it out the shed and it can stay outside. Still not decided where I'm going to put it yet. Out the back somewhere. Oh, yeah. It's very, very twitchy. Yeah,
Come on, sit down with it or something.
yeah, yeah. As soon as you sit on it, it basically comes alive. But it's yeah, it's really, really twitchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you touch. So all your steering and driving is on your left hand. So forward, backwards, and all that on your left hand. Yeah, and all your bucket and everything is on your right hand.
All right.
So no. So the foot pedal on your right foot is a throttle.
So you've got to like stick your tongue out when you do it, basically.
Stick your tongue out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I've actually not had a. Eh?
Just lifts a lot more to it. You look a lot.
Yeah, it lifts another. This one does 590. That one does 840.
All right.
So another 250 kilos, another quarter of a ton. But
Good, don't it? The camera.
yeah. Eh?
Until you smash it.
It's tight.
Is it on?
Eh?
Yeah. Come on, so that thing.
Yeah.
See the face, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't whip the old fella out behind have a pee because he can see you. Right, rope, sheet. So like I said, we use the crane to put the sheet over, but any sharp bits up there, just use old bag or bit of silage wrap, anything you want over the top to put the sheet over, and then just tie it down so that a hurricane can't blow it off.
What are we tying
Yeah.
it down with? Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a moment then?
Well, the lads have carried it down, it's heavy.
Yeah. So
Redundant to do any work.
I'm not expecting you to get it back in the box when we take it off. So that's 340 quid for a sheet.
Well, I believe that.
So
That's pretty heavy as well.
it is 30 odd kilos.
Go on, Ewan. Any man can do it, you can.
Yeah.
I might carry that.
Yeah.
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 As you're training in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
Oh, gym. Oh,
Yeah.
gymnasium.
All right, so yeah, so if you can just get it over the top and down the back and tied on both sides, and then when I get back from get me puncture done,
Outside, is it?
eh?
You live outside, is it?
Yeah, I'm going to put straw in here because I've got calves have got to come over. I've either got to put the calves in here or in there. Well, I've got water in there and light, so it's easier to put the calves in there and put the straw in here. So
That does look a lot bigger, doesn't it, on the outside?
yeah, yeah, it's a bigger machine. But it is on the.
More worn up, is it, sort of thing? Or
Sorry.
worn up sort of thing on the
Yeah.
side, or two up? Or,
Yeah, one or two, I think so. But I think it's overcomplicated for what it is. So
You all learn nowadays.
yeah.
I like the black wheels.
Oh,
Do you?
yeah.
That's right. Mine's got black wheels.
that's grey, isn't it? That's grey, isn't it?
Well, it's more like sort of a dark brown, blacky kind of wheel. So, but yeah.
Steps or something like that to get over this.
I think it's just be a case of roll it out along the top, and then, like I said, this is one of those things I didn't think I was going to manage by myself very easily. Much easier to give you the job. So, well, what's the point of employing you to stand there with your hands in your pockets?
You're good,
Eh?
Yeah, you're a good boy.
Yeah. No, you can all get on and help him with that. So, that's not a one-man job. If it was a one-man job, I'd done it myself.
Is we going over that way or?
I'm not sure which way the sheet opens out yet. It looks like he concertina's long ways. Eh?
You get a digger out the way. You can lay it down.
Get the digger out the way.
So we lay a sheet down, then we just go.
Over the top. All right, as long as there's nothing sharp.
Technical term, mate.
What's that? Tom Martin's technical term. Oh. What's that sticking out of there?
What's the name? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey, what? All right, you want that out of the way, do you?
Diggers in there, love that.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you might do it place it next door to a thing is. Someone's in there building something.
Oh. Yeah. Well, Dave's Diggers doesn't live here, but apparently it does live
I
here.
think it does.
Yeah, it does live here, so
I've been there quite a while.
it has. Yeah.
When you went to your dad, you had to take yours.
Yeah.
That sheet ain't too bad either.
6 meters by 10 meters.
It's 6 by 10 meters. Yeah. So it should go over both ends, and then.
They'll fall.
Eh? Should cover the machine. Yeah, it's a big sheet.
I did a big sheet earlier as well.
Mikey did a big sheet every day, didn't he?
I just saw it in there.
Is it?
You got this big thing.
So I reckon that's,
Spend time, like, when you flush, make sure you do a big one, like,
yeah.
leave it in there. Well, yes.
So I reckon you got it the wrong way around. I reckon that way he's got to come this way.
As you do stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Crease it up. You going up the hard way?
Yeah. I pointed out a set of steps on the other side.
No injuring yourself. Against the law.
Where's the step?
There, look. Front. Ladder. On the chair, look.
Morning world. Afternoon world. The time is now 3 o'clock nearly.
Okay. Tyre repaired. Took a bit longer than anticipated. It is now 4 o'clock, hour and a half. It was like Paddy's Market at the garage. They had cars coming out of left, right and centre, and poor blokes didn't know if they were coming or going. So, but we did finally get this done. It turned out to be a great big felt nail, which I would have shown to you, and the tyre people were going to show to me. But when he pinged it out the tyre, it shot up in the air, hit the wall, and disappeared down a piece of scrap exhaust pipe, and we couldn't be asked to get it out. But I mean, the head of it was nearly the size of my thumbnail, which explains the tappy noise I could hear when I was going through for the town. So anyway, so I left the camera in the barn with the guys while they were putting the sheet on the Zago. I'm not going to try moving the Zago tonight, partially because I haven't made up my mind where I'm going to put it. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. It's just outside. And partially it's going to be dark soon, and I don't want to be messing around with it. So, but the sheet is on, as I'm assuming you witnessed, because I left the camera with the guys. I don't know if they've left me any extra footage on there. I would not put it past them that they've left a message on there for me or something, but I may have got a bit overkill with the sheet. That's a 6 by 10 metre sheet. Might be a little bit bigger than necessary, but do you know what? I think I'd rather have it too big than too small. That is pretty well covered over in it. So yeah, we're not going to get to play with that today. Don't even know if I'm going to get to play with it tomorrow yet. I've got appointments and meetings and stuff I've got to do tomorrow for the tree company. Yeah, I need another one of me, so which isn't going to happen. But there you are. So that's done. That's ready to come out. I got to decide where to put it. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking of putting it where my dump trailer was. It may well end up going back up in there next to the Marshall. At the moment, that seems the most common sense place to put it out the way at the moment. So, right, they've got plenty of grub. Their bed's okay for today, which I knew there was going to be. Next door I already know is okay. I'm afraid today's video is kind of lots of running around chasing our tail, and all we've actually achieved is the guys have finished their job off this morning, which we anticipated. They're just finishing off the day doing a bit of logging. We did get a sheet. The Zago is sheeted. We are now prepared and ready to take that out. The muck spreader's off. So we're kind of ready to go. It's all set up, ready to go tomorrow, but we've actually not got very far today. Again. So, a regular occurrence, it appears to me. So, and I've still got to fix that blinking light over there. Too dark again even to think about it now, so. Right. I've got to go up the street in a minute and pick up the waste bread from my poultry. By which time, to finish that, it's going to be dark. So I'm pretty sure this is the end of the video. So I'm sorry it was a bit nondescript and terribly not very much exciting. I'll try better tomorrow. I'll see you then. Cheers.